I mean, you know what's coming. I mean, your strange cousin Mitch, he starts telling you about his latest venture into brewing his own beer. I mean, we've heard it all before, right? The yeast, the barley, the bottling process. But this year, don't let Mitch bore you. Instead, interrupt him. You know, tell him about the Bears offense. You know, bring up the fact that in Week 12, the Bears, they totaled more than 300 yards of total offense for just the second time this season. And don't forget to include the fact that the Bears have won 3 games this season when scoring less than 20 points. This Thanksgiving, I mean, don't get bored to tears learning about home brewing. Use football instead, you know, and actually enjoy your holidays.
Football, 100 years of keeping Thanksgiving fun.
I'll toss it. What?
Were you holding that pumpkin?
Yeah, it's a fake pumpkin.
I thought it was a football.
Yeah, sure, it is today. Nate, a lot of home brewing references. You down with that industry?
Is that your world?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Every Thanksgiving, we have those conversations.
That seems to be more at the tractor pull than the cookout.
You know, we homebrew 40 ounces.
We'll sell that
You think we have writers on the show?
out in the... Take it away.
I think I'm going to follow that up. I guess I'm going to try to do it. Give you some news here. The Eagles are hoping they do the same thing they did at this point last season. They are 5-6 through 11 games, just like last season. But in 2018, they proceeded to win 4 of their last 5 to finish 9-7. They ended up earning the number 6 seed. Now, up next for the Eagles, the Dolphins. But Miami will be without one of their receivers. NFL Network Insider Ian Rappaport reporting Jakeem Grant is heading to injured reserve with an ankle injury. He finishes the season with just 19 catches for 164 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. Now for the Eagles, it sounds like they could get 2 of their receivers back this week. Alshon Jeffrey has missed 2 games in a row with an ankle injury, while Nelson Agholor missed last week with a knee injury, but both were limited participants in practice on Wednesday. Agholor and Jeffrey are 2nd and 3rd on the team, respectively, in receptions. As for the guy who would be throwing them the ball, quarterback Carson Wentz, he's had exactly 1 passing touchdown in 5 straight games. Wentz has also lost 5 fumbles since Week 7, 2nd most in the NFL during this span. Numbers that won't exactly endear you to a passionate fan base. Wentz and the Eagles have heard it from the fans, and honestly, he doesn't blame them.
I mean, we talked about it after the game, you know, being booed and all of that. And, you know, they have a right to be frustrated. You know, they pay money to sit in those seats. They pay money to cheer us on. And, you know, they're so passionate about it. And I'm the same way. You know, so when they're frustrated, I'm frustrated too. And so for me, just to walk that fine line and still not get too high or low, no matter what it is. But, yeah, I mean, without a doubt, they have the right to be frustrated when we're slumping the way we are these last 2 weeks. But at the same time, I'm excited to go forward, and hopefully they're excited to see us turn this thing around.
Eagles fans, Wentz feels your pain. The Eagles have scored 10 or fewer points in consecutive games for the first time since weeks 7 and 8 in 2013. Both losses. So get busy scoring or get busy dying.
Hey now, what's up, Red? That's it, Will. Rojo.
Was that DMX?
50 Cent?
I think it was Shawshank.
That was
Shawshank.
Richard Die Trying, Will?
And he is only the 14th
Will
best
thugging it out.
fantasy quarterback on the season. Appreciate you, Will. But they've got a matchup in Week 13 against the Dolphins. So should you play him? We'll get to that a little bit later on in the show. And earlier this week, we had an incredible guest here at the breakfast table, Mr. John Bon Jovi. And after meeting with U.S. former NFL player and Green Beret Nate Boyer, and they had the opportunity actually here on our floor to sit down one-on-one with Bon Jovi to talk about fandom and his new song, Unbroken.
I met Mr. Kraft for the first time in '96 when the Pats were playing the Packers in New Orleans. And Mr. Kraft said to me, "Tell me about your friend." "Who?" "Belichick." I went, "Oh, well, I can speak to that."
In your patent, you got a couple Super Bowl rings.
I have
Where are
several
they?
in a vault.
For me, I mean, music and football were like 2 of the great escapes when I was deployed. Like huge. I mean,